Feed me.
We should have named this show Alt R because that's what I have to push every time to start this damn thing. That's the new show. All right. Hey, everybody. Welcome to another fun-filled, exciting, can't stop watching episode of This Is the Future.
Unfortunately.
Bet your ass. And today's a condensed version because I'm in the middle of my work shift. And I got to say something, man. It's a little weird today, dude. Seriously. Like yesterday was I worked. It was my birthday. I usually don't do that, but I did it. And it was I'm in sales. It was advantageous. So it worked out. I tried to get off at lunch and they told me to kick rocks. So I was
Really?
like, it was basically like, happy birthday, go fuck yourself. And I loved it. And then today I come into work and my boss is like, I'm not working today. And there was one other person on my crew and no one was in the chat. And I was like, hello, anybody here? And dude just posts a shamrock. I don't know what that means. I guess his Irish ass is in the house. I don't know. But so then I saw him that he was around, and then an hour later, poof, he's gone. So it's just me. If this was a store, I'd be the only one in there, and you should rob me. I'll let you take all the shit you want.
Well, then fuck it. How come you don't peace out?
I don't have any time, man. The kidney stones took away all my vacation time. So I'm working from here until fucking New Year's. That's it. Every damn day. I get 1 week of vacation. I'm planning it carefully so I can go out to California to desert days. And that's it. That's right in the middle of my 6-month stint. So yeah. I'm good. I'm spoiled. I'm fine.
Well, everybody in unison, everybody out there in computer land in unison, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, old motherfucking Tony goddamn G. Happy birthday to you.
Oh, man, that's right.
I bet you, fucking asshole.
Thanks, happy cocksucker. Birthday. I appreciate that. You lint liquor. Oh, that's funny. Shit on me. Yeah, man. So we're gonna make this down and dirty. You just told me that you saw Bill Burr. How was that?
It was good. I actually saw him a couple of weeks ago. We probably recorded at least one, maybe 2 episodes since, and I just fucking forgot about it. Even though he was awesome.
I was gonna say, yeah, man.
No, it wasn't like that's why I forgot about it. It was just like I'm a fucking idiot when people are like, hey, how was your week? I'm like, I could have like kissed Jesus's dick tip that weekend and totally forgot about it just because I'm a fucking idiot.
Note to self, I did things this week.
Yeah.
See photos.
See, the answer is always nothing, even though there's probably something, you know?
Yeah. But benefit of being a burnout. Yeah.
Yeah, no shit. So Bill Burr he was everything that you want him to be. He's everything that Bill Burr is, you know, like he like kind of like alienates the crowd a little bit and then pulls them back in. It's like his thing. It's his like
that's what Carlin did.
It's his Stephen Wright low voice saying thank you right when they introduce him, that kind of thing, you know, like it's his version of, you know, everyone has their own little, you know, every comic has that's their thing they do, you know.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
You know what I mean? Their own like gimmick or what have you. And I feel like that's his, is he on purpose, or maybe he might not say, but it seems like it's on purpose, where he's like alienates people and then brings them back.
Yeah.
It's like he wants enemies and then wants to make them friends at the end.
Right. Well, I mean, Carlin used to open up with thank you, and fuck you. You know, yeah. and that's how the whole show went. Was nice, bang, nice, bang. Like, yeah. And then at the end it was just. So how did anything? I mean, let me ask you this: was it like you said Chappelle was up for like 40 minutes? Did you feel like Burr was a little different?
Oh, Bill did like an hour and a half.
Oh, you fucker! See, that's what I want. I want a nice long show.
He did exactly what you're supposed to do. He didn't have like 4 openers like Chappelle did. and one of the openers came back and did a thing. Jeff Ross did his, his roast thing. So Jeff Ross was on stage twice doing material, and then which was fine. It was great. But Bill had two openers, and they each did like 15 to 20 minutes, and then he did the rest of the time. And I'm not trying to bag on Dave Chappelle, but it is the thing I did have against Dave Chappelle's performance was it was great when he was on stage, but it was really short and it was expensive. Bill's wasn't that expensive. It was like $60. So it's not super expensive, but cost money. But you got your money's worth. You totally got your money's worth. And his openers were great. His you could tell for me, I could tell the jokes that were going to be on his new hour. You could tell that it was like, okay, he did like 40 minutes, 30 minutes. I'd say about 30 to 40 minutes of like, all right, that's going to be his new hour. And then the rest of it was he was just like ranting and talking about Portland and being an asshole, and like telling people to shut up when he brought up, so he would bring up something as a joke and people would be like, yeah, that's right, yeah, like get all town hall on him. And he'd be like, shut up, you fucking idiot, that kind of thing. Like, and be like, I'm joking. Don't make it like a rally, you idiot.
Oh, I love that shit.
And that's what I mean. He would turn on people a little bit. Like, that's what you want to see. It's like that saying to me, it's like, that's Bill Burr. Like, that's why I want to go see him, because I want to see him turn on people and then bring them in. Like, push them away, bring them in. Like, and yeah, he was good. His closer was awesome. Don't want to talk about it, but it was great, really good. And yeah, I'm looking forward to his new hour. And yeah, it's good.
Where did you see him?
At the Moda Center, Portland.
Okay, yeah, that seems like
yeah, and it looked to be sold out.
Damn. Were you sitting in the noisy section, or did you be able to hear him?
I could hear him, but I was in the nosebleeds. But it was everyone was attentive and listening. Like it wasn't like fucking rowdy.
Nice. Did they lock up?
Yeah, they locked up the phones and all that.
Cool. I actually appreciate that because people just can't focus.
I appreciate it too. I just think it's super wasteful. With the pouch, because they throw all those pouches away. Kind of. It's just like, yeah.
What?
They're in the garbage can. Yeah.
That's weird.
Yeah, it's like, man, it's got to be like, I'm not trying to sound like a fucking hippie, man. I'm just saying, realistically, like, maybe we should find a better way. I agree.
Well, I mean, it depends on your mentality, but usually the people who come up with those ideas, they're just, trying to make money and watch the world burn. So, yeah.
Yeah,
exactly. Then there's the rest of us that are picking trash off the floor that we didn't drop and shit like that. So the bullshit continues.
Being someone that has had a job where you got to pick trash up off the floor, it's kind of like, well, yeah, exactly.
I prefer those jobs because the coveralls are amazing. You can wear whatever you want underneath it, and everyone knows what you're there for, so they don't ask you any stupid questions.
And sometimes you find a half a hot dog, and you're like, I haven't eaten, so.
You just start from the other end. You don't start in the middle. That's disgusting. Yeah. You just start where their hand was, not their mouth.
Tony knows how to be poor.
Yeah, can't afford that.
One other quick thing about Bill Burr was so like not even about Bill Burr. So when I bought these tickets, I bought 4 tickets, and everyone that I bought tickets for, besides me, canceled in one way or another.
Fuck.
Even Callie, my fucking fiance, she was like, she wasn't feeling good. She was like,
that's a bummer.
Stomach stuff. And one friend had COVID, so he couldn't go. And then another guy was like, I can't get out of bed. I don't feel like comedy. So I'm like, well, now I gotta, and it was all one at a time too. So I had to like one at a time be like, and I found the tickets. I found that people would go, but it took a second.
Damn, man. That's what. Yeah, I know. I wish I was there. Fuck.
I know. Well, I mean,
oh my God.
I wouldn't have to call you because you would already be in the person You
Oh
would be
yeah, I
going
would be
full
like,
giddy
yeah, I'd be like,
Gigi.
Tony, you coming? Be like, yeah, I just shot my parents. I'm on my way. What are you talking about? Whatever it takes. No one's gonna hold me back.
I don't know why you would have to shoot him. I don't know why they would like. Tony,
Nothing's
you
gonna
can't go
hold
to
me
the
back.
comedy show. He talked about Philly that one time. You can't go. I'm going. Boom, boom.
Nothing's stopping my ass. No, if I say I'm going, I'm going. That's rad, man. No, I'm really stoked. So basically, now you just confirmed that I definitely want to see Bill Burr live. Seriously, he's been on my list. I just kind of was like, I don't know.
Yeah, it's one of those. But he's like, you see him and you know when you see a performer, a musician, comedian, you see sometimes you just see that. You don't see the person. You know,
Yes.
you see a person. You just see, like when I saw Dave Chappelle, I didn't really see a person. I saw a performer. And I know like he's always seems like everyone says he's a cool guy and he hangs out and smokes cigarettes. And I think there's a little bit of that there. But when you see people, sometimes you're just like, you're seeing that. And you're seeing them working and you're not seeing the person behind it. With Bill Burr, you see that he's just that. He's just an
That is who he is. He's not
Boston.
putting on a persona.
Yeah,
Right.
like if he was a famous comedian, he'd just be working in a factory somewhere, and he'd be the same way. He'd be like just yelling about shit, making everyone laugh, just being a fucking asshole. And like that would be him. And so like you see other performers, and it's like I feel bad because I'm not trying to bag on Dave Chappelle because I love him. I'm just like there's differences. But I say that like he's gonna watch this.
He's the third viewer every week. I don't know if you knew that, but I checked.
Yeah, maybe funny. I want to watch some low-level idiots. I want to watch their Zoom call.
Yeah, there's a long line of people that want to do that, obviously.
Turns out it's just the thing that gets them off.
That'd be weird. I mean, at least say hi. This is David Chappelle. David Chappelle.
Viewers a viewer.
That's right. A like's a like.
But yeah, man. Overall, feel very good.
Sick.
You went up to you did some shit. You went and saw a musical act recently.
I did. So on Friday, I dipped work early, and my friend and I drove up to Bethlehem, Pennsylvania.
Oh Jesus.
And so I'll try to make this quick. So did the usual thing, got stoned in the parking lot, we ate sandwiches. My buddy got mayo on his, it was hot, so he got sick. But you don't put fucking mayonnaise on a sandwich in the summertime, because if you're, you got 2-hour drive, if you eat it when you get there, the shit's bad. So he's like, it tasted kind of weird. I'm like, and you ate it, and you got the shits. That's how it works. But in any case, so we go to this new venue, and no shit, man, it's an old steel mill. You got to look this place up. Bethlehem, PA. It's an old steel mill. They left all that shit there. It's just like a giant fucking crazy looking locomotive. Just goes on forever. So they turned it into like what everyone else does. They turned it into a people park. So they have a mild venue there. They have a walking path around it that's elevated. It's really cool. But this venue that you're at is across the street, and they have glass windows. And the venue's built more wide than deep. So it's all windows behind the band. And during the day, if you check the Melvins sound check, they posted it. You could see the stacks. You could see the thing right behind them. And then at night, they light it up. They light that thing up. Can't see it as well in the pictures. But in any case, everyone's looking at the Melvins and then right through the windows. So it's really fucking, the view is half of the venue, definitely. And the other half, they have great sound. And they pointed the speakers to the outsides too. So that I was on the end cap, and there's no backstage. So they walk, and they have all their gear right there. The backstage is somewhere else. So they're all right there. So first I just have to say that Helms Ali, is that the name?
From Washington?
Yes.
Yeah.
Fucking amazing. Amazing.
Yeah.
Hands down, best opener I've seen in a long time. Wow. 3 people making a shitload of beautiful noise.
Yeah, I saw them like almost 10 years ago.
Well, I don't know. I would go see them again. Mm-hmm. Definitely go see them again. The drummer's just so good. So is that how they do it? Well, there's no hands and feet. Like, everything's off the ground. I just see their ass on a stool, and they're like, ah. It's like somebody, riding a big wheel. Hey, whatever.
Yeah.
So in any case, before we get in there, though, so the show was great. Halfway into it, my buddy like bumps into me, and I think he's just into it. Like, close your eyes, just let the Melvins take you for a ride. And so then this chick hits me on the shoulder, and she's like, "Hey, is your friend okay?" And I'm like, "Ah, shit, damage control." And so I was like, "Hey, man, are you okay?" And he's just kind of like, he's like, "Huh?" I'm like, "Oh, fuck." So like grab his hands. I'm like, "Are you okay?" And he's like, and I'm like, "All right." I'm like, "Come on, snap out of it."
Step out of it.
And so I leave him alone for a minute, and then I get a tap again. I look back. She's like, "He's not okay." I'm like, "All right." So I was like, "Follow me, man. I'll get you out of here." And so, or I was like, "I'll follow you." And he's like, "No, you go." So I walked, and I turn around. He's gone. I'm like, "Oh shit." You remember in the Goonies when the corpses fall over on Chunk?
Yeah.
That's pretty much what was happening. She's like, "Ah!" So I grab his ass, take him out of there. The music's playing. And once that happens, you're kind of like, all right, this show's kind of, it is, it'll be okay. But that energy, riding that hour-and-a-half set, that's gone. So we go to the other side, we chill out, I get him a pretzel, some water, get his ass. Then he goes to the bathroom, I make sure he's not dying. So then he comes, I'm standing up against the wall watching the show. And right as he comes out, they play Hooch.
Oh, yeah.
And Hooch is, just one of their hits. In any case, sounded amazing. So they're playing, blah, blah, blah. They do their thing. And we ended up walking around, seeing them from all the different angles. We end up back near the door. Their closer, now most people don't even know what this song is, but I just happen to be a huge fucking fan of this song. Their closer is The Ballad of Dwight Fry by Alice Cooper. Oh, yeah. And that song is actually featured in Dark Shadows with Johnny Depp when he books the Cooper woman, as he calls him in the show, in the movie, to play at his mansion. He sings that song in a straitjacket, The Ballad of Dwight Fry. Well, that's a kind of a rock song, and the Melvins fucking just tore it up. And I was just like, I looked around, and a few people knew what that song was, and they were looking at me. I'm like, yeah! And everyone else was like, oh, this is cool. I'm like, fuck you, you're stupid. This is the best fucking closer ever. You're a bunch of morons. And I even said that on the way out, like, idiots behind me, idiots, all of them. Don't listen to fucking Alice Cooper. Anyway, I was like, that because I was the one who wanted to go. I'm the one who pushed to drive an hour and a half after work. I set all this up. It was all my idea. That song, that set, it was like, thank you. You made me want to go again. Thank you for doing that. You pulled the Melvins on me. I really appreciate it. Great show. But the thing that fucked me up the most, and you will know this, you know this just as well as I do. The Melvins have two things they like to use for art. They use animals and they use like political stuff.
Sure.
So we go to the merch before the show. We go to the merch, and I really wanted a poster. I don't have a Melvins poster. So I missed the last one, long story short. So that was half my goal, was to get a Melvins poster. So we get up in line, and I'm looking at them, and I see one that's typical Melvins with a skull on it. It's in color, but it says Providence, Rhode Island. I'm like, who gives a fuck about Rhode Island? Not even Rhode Island, because they didn't buy all the posters. So fuck that poster. And the other one, which you won't get right away, but long story short, I'm looking at it. It's a dude, and I'm like, it's black and white. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? And my buddy's trying to figure it out. And there's a piece of tape over the middle that says the price. So I can't see it all. And then I look, I'm like, oh, dude's got a gun in his hand. And my buddy's like, I know who that is. And I was like, who is it? Well, no one's going to know who the fuck this is. I'm going to tell you the story. But in any case, see the gun, right? See this?
Yeah.
Now you can, if you really look in, you'll see that all three of the Melvins are riding cockroaches, all that cool stuff,
Yeah.
Bethlehem, July 1st, that cool thing. But this, my friends, is Budd Dwyer. I think that's right.
Oh, really?
It's fucking awesome. Numbered. And the reason this is awesome, my friends, he is the politician that blew his head off on TV, on public fucking access. Yeah. This is the picture right before he pops himself in the skull with a 357.
Dude, of course the Melvins would do that.
And of course we each bought one because they're fucking amazing. There's only 70 of them made, They're signed. I love it. It's got the state emblem. You see the angle around them? That's the state Pennsylvania logo.
Whoa.
It's fucking brilliant. It to me, it's just like, yes, yes, yes. And it's hanging right there. Like, it hangs right on my main wall. Like, no one, I didn't tell my mom what it meant. She'd be like, oh, that's sad. But I think it's awesome. And here's the cookie here's what everything, this is what made it work. We're looking at this poster, and this guy comes up to us right as I'm ready. I got my money out. I'm like, it's fucking mine. And the guy comes up and he's like, oh, it's like, I don't know about that, man. He's like, that's pretty far. That's pretty fucked up. And I was like, yes. I was like, take my money for someone else. Like, oh, no. Give me extra rubber bands. All right, here we go. It's mine. I'm covered. I'll hold this fucker the whole show. I was so happy. And that guy said that, my buddy and I were like, sold, done.
Sold.
Right. And I was just like that. So all in all, it was a typical concert experience, but the Melvins, I got the poster of my fucking dreams. Here's what's funny. When they didn't air that right away. They didn't. But later that night, they did. They aired him actually popping his fucking head off. I've seen the clip. It's like, pop. He just goes down like a sack of potatoes. It's fast. But they're like, no, Bud, no, don't do that. Don't. He's like, I got it. Pop. This is fucking over, man. It's just over. And this was in the 80s, and he got busted for stealing. So, right. And I mean, my buddy's like, why do you think he killed himself? I'm like, the fucking mafia. Hello? When you're stealing that kind of money as a politician, this close to New York City, you're fucking with the mob. And that's why you blow your head off. You're facing 50 years in prison. You can't rat on anybody. You're going to kill yourself. Yeah. He did it on public access. It's pretty fucking cool. Very Pennsylvania of him, I have to say. Very mobster shit. Like, oh yeah, fuck you. I'm going out my way. But to stand there and be like, no, back up. I got it. Like, whoa. I got it. I got it. But he's always telling me what to do. Anyway, that's my sick, fucked up, very happy story. I have to share that. I'm very happy. That poster hangs proudly on my wall. Oh shit. Well, speaking of music, dude, we're getting down and dirty in this show. So we were covering Jefferson Airplane's album Surrealistic Pillow.
Yes.
Did you?
Surrealistic Pillow.
I'm going to be honest right up front. I don't like every song on that album, but there are some that are cool. It's really good if you're just high sitting in the grass, because that's what the hell it was written for, in my opinion. Right. But let me see here. So as far as these guys go, I mean, they've been around forever, and they're still, well, they're not still around, but they were Jefferson Airplane, then they turned into Jefferson Starship in the 80s. Grace Slick is the popular vocalist that you'll hear. But in the 60s, they were one of the almost, maybe at one point, the most popular fucking band in San Francisco as far as psychedelic rock is concerned. Mm-hmm. Right there with the Grateful Dead. They were huge as far as that goes. Let's see here. And I'm just going to give you the breakdown on the songs that I think are awesome. I like on the album Surrealistic Pillow, I like Today, Coming Back to Me, 3/5 of a Mile in 10 Seconds, mm-hmm. White Rabbit, Plastic Fantastic Lover, In the Morning, Come Back Baby, and Somebody to Love, I think, is on there as well.
Right, yeah, it is. I feel similar. Like some of it's too little hippy dippy, a little bit too much. Like, but it's, I mean, I wouldn't say any of it's like terrible. It's, people listen to it, It's not like I don't know. It's good. It's just I wouldn't listen to this whole album all the time. I would definitely listen to White Rabbit and Somebody to Love all the time, even though Somebody to Love is like a very popular, very played song.
Yeah, you hear that without even wanting to hear it. It's just out there.
It's just there. And it's like Plastic Fantastic Lover and White Rabbit, Somebody to Love. Those are about the three songs that really do it for me. The rest of it's kind of like I said, it's not terrible. It's nothing. It's something that if it was on in the background, I wouldn't be like, turn this fucking shit off. I'd just be like, it's fine, like.
Right.
or I wouldn't leave the room. You know, that there is music that's out there where I'm like, I can't hear it. I gotta go somewhere.
That's how I feel like when you're watching like homemade porn and the music's like, nope, sorry, I have to mute
Wait.
this or get another porno. This ain't gonna work.
Oh, you said homemade porn. Yeah. It's like when you're in homemade porn and someone turns on something awful. You're like, this isn't fit the, you know, I'm on all fours, you know, looking behind you. Turn on something, you know, sweet.
And
Yeah.
that's why I watch porn, to hear people say that shit in the middle of sex. That's
Yeah.
exactly why I watch it. Someone get me a coffee? Thanks. But yeah, this it's good stuff. It's groovy hippie shit. They actually they played Woodstock, they played Altamont. They were one of the few psychedelic bands to play all the big festivals in the 60s. So they were really relevant back then. Most people probably don't dig into this album too much and they're just having a flashback. But there is some groovy shit in there. And on that one song, 3/5 of a mile in 10 seconds, like it's kind of a jam.
Mhm.
And it's a cool name. I was like, that's cool. You're probably on speed or something, but that's neat, man. You know,
Right.
so I get it. It was a cool suggestion. We got that from one of our fans. We appreciate that. But it's not, you know, it's cool. Something I listen to spice it up once in a while. There's a few jams in there, but
Sure.
that's about it.
Yeah, it's cool. It's just, you know, like you got to be in the mood for it, and, you know, or you're a dirty hippie with hairy feet in a field and you love all of it, which is fine.
Right.
I'm not saying anything bad about that, but yeah.
Wash your feet.
Yeah, I would give it like a 7 out of 10.
Yeah, that's fair. Yep.
Give it like it's listenable. You can listen to it.
Right. Good background music. That's how I put it.
Yeah.
Right.
It's definitely worth like checking it out because, you know, who knows?
Well, like I said, there's like 8 songs on there that I like. It's a long album. That's pretty good. Those 8 songs could make an album. I mean,
Right. Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, there's 15 songs on it.
Right. I mean, half of it I like. That's saying something to me. You know, it's like not bad. Shit, I have albums I own that have 1 song on them that I like. So
Yeah.
I hate that. Definitely a shitload of CDs I bought with 1 damn song on it before
Oh.
Spotify and everything else.
That's one good thing about the streaming services. A lot of people, there's musicians that don't like streaming services, but that's a good thing about it.
Well, it forces you to make more quality because it's, you know, the proof's right there. Your numbers are right there. How many people want to hear this song versus everything else you wrote?
Right.
All right. You good with the wheel?
Yeah, I know you're on a crunch here.
All right. So here's the list this week. We still got the Coco soundtrack and the movie on there. When we have to do that, I'm just gonna watch the damn movie.
No, you gotta listen to them. You gotta do it all, Tony.
Fuck me.
It's not fair. If we don't do it, then
All
that means that they don't have to do it.
Fine, whatever. Coco soundtrack and movie. Number 2, Wheeler Walker Jr. is back on our list, with this time with his album Sex, Drugs, and Country Music.
Yep.
And then number 3 is An Empty Space. Number 4 is Wu-Tang, Enter the Wu-Tang, 36 Chambers. Number 5 is Offspring's album Smash. Number 6 is Billy Joel's album The Stranger. Number 7 is An Empty Space. Number 8 is Pink Floyd's Dark Side of the Moon, along with The Wizard of Oz. Number 9 is Rammstein's new album Zeet. Number 10 is Green Jelly's The Bears song, along with Dumb and Dumber the movie.
Cool.
All right.
Hey. You ready?
Yep.
Ooh, baby, yeah. 8.
Shit, I forgot. Hang on. Pink Floyd. Okay, we got our work cut out for us this weekend. Pink Floyd and Pink Floyd's Dark Side of the Moon with The Wizard of Oz.
Got it.
So, of all the people that watch this show, I don't know how many of you are going to try this out, but if you're going to do it, and you have to do it the old school way, at the third lion's roar of the Wizard of Oz, you start the album. You start Dark Side of the Moon at the end of the third lion's roar. And then when it stops, when the album stops, you just want to put it on repeat. It'll start over again. It goes 2.5 times to get through the whole movie. You could probably find it on the internet. I don't know. There might be a mashup by now. There has to be somewhere you can watch on YouTube. I hope. But in any case, if you don't, we're at least going to talk about it. Try it out. There's some weird shit in there. I've done this before, and it's really neat.
You need obviously turn down the sound to the mute.
But yeah, no sound on the movie. Yeah, thank you. No sound on the movie. You just want to watch the album. You just want to hear the album, watch the movie with no sound. And then what you're looking for, if you bother to go down this rabbit hole with us, is you're looking for things that you hear that match up to the movie. One of the ones I'll go ahead and throw out there is at one point when riffs are being played, the Good Witch is actually playing the chords.
Right.
That's one of the more noticeable ones. So I don't know. We'll at least make it through. We'll try to. I mean, I'm not saying we're going to do the whole thing. The first 45 minutes is probably the best, in my opinion. So if you do that, at least try to get that far if you're going to do it, because that's probably what we'll end up talking the most about. I'm going to try and do the whole thing.
You mean the third lion's roar at like the beginning, like the
when the movie starts, dun, 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 the lion goes roar, roar, that kind of like
the classic line and the fucking thing.
Exactly. Yep. Exactly. At the end of that roar, that's when you're supposed to start the music.
All right. Well, hey, challenge. You guys do the whole thing. We'll do the whole thing. Fucking, it's part of the show. We all got to do it. So
that's right. Try it out. It's
it's
one of those things out there that people talk about. So we're inviting you into this weird club of people who know what that looks like. Something different. We're gonna mix it up a little bit. So yeah, man. And then if you want to just let them know where they can find us, follow us, worship us.
YouTube. You can find us on YouTube. You could our Instagram page is titfood69. Same on TikTok. Look for videos on those two platforms, and then also if you want to suggest a band and an album or a movie that goes with them, leave it in the comments in the YouTube section, or just direct message us on Instagram. So like, subscribe, follow, all that business, and thanks for watching. See you next week.
All right. Thank you all. Bye-bye.